vertical bandsaw. So this is the on-off button right here, start and stop. This is your gear shifter. You go high gear, medium gear, or low gear. And this is your speed adjustment right here. You have to always remember, the main important thing is to remember to turn the speed down before you turn it off. So you always adjust the speed in the gear once it's on. So what you do is you turn it off here, you turn it off here. If you want to turn it on and adjust the speed higher, so you turn it on, then you can adjust the speed by turning this knob, and you can tell the speed right here. So you never want to turn it off right now. If you turn it off right now, it'll make a horrible noise. And what you want to do is go all the way back down until it doesn't go anymore and you're down, and then you can turn it off. Okay, so another thing, so whenever you're cutting any metal, usually they have different thicknesses. You want the nail to be right above your part. So you do that over here. If you want to take a look at this. This is how you unlock it, and this is how you move it down. So you want to unlock like that, and then you can move it down to right above where you want it, and then you can lock it again by turning it like that. It just keeps the blade a lot more steady. And then what you're gonna want to do now is we'll start by cutting this. This is about a quarter inch thick. You want to keep your hands out of the way, and you just slowly push it through as it's going. So if we turn it on, you go to here, aluminum. It says about a quarter inch is about 4,500. You don't need it to be that fast. We usually run aluminum at around like 2,400. So that's usually what I do. So I'll turn it on, I'll adjust the speed, put the part in, push it through slowly, pull it back out, and move it out, and then make sure I reduce the speed all the way down, and then turn it off. Alright, so turn it on. Light through if you want light. Oil or grease on the start, you can go like this, and it just puts some grease on the blade. So if you have this right here, say you have a really, really small part that's like even smaller than this, a lot of times you don't want to get your fingers too close. What you gotta do a lot of times is use this. It's like a little clamp, a little vice jaws, and you just clamp it, and then it's clamped really tight, and then you can sort of cut really close. You can make really small cuts without getting your hand in the way, basically. The one thing you always have to remember while using this is that when you clamp it, it puts a lot of pressure and stress in this direction. It's like compressive stress, you know? So if you try to cut down the middle of this while this is clamping the pieces together, it'll clamp your saw blade. So you never want to cut in the direction that you're clamping, basically. So if you were gonna clamp it, you'd always want to like clamp it so that the pressure's going this way, and then you could cut this way if you wanted to, but you would never want to cut this way. So what happens is it's too much friction, and it just clamps the blade, and it like makes a horrible noise, and it stops it from working, and it's dangerous. So don't do that. So that's the vertical bandsaw. There we go.